gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent
Country music.
news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Not news, but an op-ed. There is nothing more doltish and annoying than the low IQ commenter who decides to pipe up in the comments section of a social media post with the canned and thoughtless line, "No one cares." Not only is it ineffective as an insult, offers absolutely nothing in regard to value or insight every time it's typed or uttered, it's actually false. Because if the individual really didn't care, they would have just breezed by whatever they're commenting on. By engaging with it, they're actually signaling that they do care. Now, this scenario came up for Carly Pearce recently at the We Fest in Minnesota, a rather notoriously rowdy mainstream country music festival. Carly Pearce walked out on stage and said, "I want to tell you a little bit about me." Someone in the audience offered up, "No one cares." And Carly went off on a not safe for work rant. Now, first, whoever the idiot was that decided that they needed to shout that out, whatever public ridicule that they have coming to them is well deserved. In many respects, this is a perfect example of how many people say things in the online world that they would never say to someone face to face, because they're saying it to a computer screen and not a fellow member of the human race. When you do say it in the real world, there are consequences and repercussions, as this individual found out the hard way. Carly Pearce should not have to put up with that. And she didn't. Good for her for standing up and saying what so many think when the "no one cares" comment is issued. And then, to put a feather in the cap of it, she had the person escorted out of the show. But one of my bigger questions in this is Carly Pearce is getting dragged for this online, saying that, she could have handled it better. First, not to be a prude, but, like at an all ages event like this in the mid-evening, there's going to be a lot of kids in the crowd. And I mean, sure, they're probably not hearing anything they haven't heard before, but yeah, she could have not used as many F-bombs. And anybody who knows me, when I'm not on air, the F-bomb is almost every other word out of my mouth. Unless there are like little kids around, then I really try to pull back in. But why is it that Carly is getting dragged for this, but when a male country star does this, everybody cheers? Makes one think. Now, I feel bad for Carly Pearce. She's a great country artist. Much more traditional than many of her mainstream counterparts. And she seems to have been shoved aside recently for the shinier, newer toys of Lane Wilson and Megan Maroney. So maybe a comment like "no one cares" hurt a little. Of course, you never want to show that vulnerability or be thin-skinned. Carly came up as a young prodigy performing at Dollywood and sees Dolly Parton as her greatest icon. So you have to ask yourself, what would Dolly have done? Well, Dolly probably would have ignored it or simply uttered one of her trademark, "bless your heart." Now, throwing the guy out of the show for making a silly and stupid comment, I'm okay with that. Because again, if you're going to cheer when male country artists do it, you got to cheer when female country artists do it. But now, regardless of the online comments or the in-person remarks, Carly Pearce has made it in country music. She's the one with the microphone. And that is the ultimate validation and victory.